EA Sports. It's in the game.
It's week 6 of the National Football League. And here's the pick artist himself, Trayvon Diggs, who's had quarterbacks numbers all season, coming down with 7 picks. It's the Cowboys and the Eagles under the lights on Sunday night.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Set to go now in week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Boston Scott on the return from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Now for the first time, we get to see this Philadelphia offense led out by their dual-threat quarterback now in his 3rd season, Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts got the green light as a starter from the Philly organization and took really good steps as the next in line of mobile quarterbacks in the city, following names like Michael Vick, Donovan McNabb, and Randall Cunningham.
And now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Here's Hurts to throw. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. Ball away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. This is taken at the 18. All told, a 54-yard punt, 13 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Dak Prescott and Dallas taking the field for their first possession. Dak now in his 7th season in charge of the Cowboys. 2-time Pro Bowler.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah. Now with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. They start on the ground with Elliott. And down he goes just beyond the 35. And that pretty move got him some extra space to run. 2nd and 5. Again, it's Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Prescott off play action. Fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Boston Scott deep for Philadelphia. And this one hits at the one, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. 10 from the 20. Hurts sets up to throw it. Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. And he's going to get 7 out of this before...
They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Hurts finding Smith for the Philly first. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them.
Miles Sanders, first carry of the game, and they will only muster a yard here at 9. Hurts. Flush to his right. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be...
Turn now to punt this one away. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. They'll be tackled
fully on that play.
On second down, Elliott. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And Elliott trying to work his way forward. It looks like he did not make it. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
I apologize in advance, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they have the game here falling 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll start with a handoff to Sanders. And he is brought down at the...
He was able to make the play.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
And now here come the Cowboys. They'll have very good starting field position here after the turnover. A first down carry by Elliott. Elliott, toss right. Even with the good move. Prescott to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And probably for the field goal try. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. The kick by Marr is good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result. So probably should have opted for the touchback. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. This will be caught by Brown. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10, he got 9. Fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run out.
Philadelphia. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And out will come the offense as they take over. Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. Throwing. Prescott. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. On third down, Elliott. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. The tally there, -8 yards. Leads to fourth down as well.
I'm not quite sure they got the spark that they wanted on third down. In fact, I think they gave that spark to their opponent instead because that big stop has galvanized the sideline, and it starts their offense out with some momentum.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Eagles will have it taking over.
How stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. They'll start with the
hits. I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Hurts throw complete here to his receiver Brown. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Hurts connecting there with Brown for the Eagles first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because
on first and 10, it's Sanders. Another run here with Sanders. And 3 yards there.
4 later on.
Over the middle to Smith. And he is going to have an Eagles first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. At the 48-yard line. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And nothing much. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. And that one caught downfield by Pascal. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 17-yard line. He got 29 yards that time.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Credit the sack to... Running right, here's Sanders. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the...
He'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well.
From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So the field goal there counts where it winds up to be an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run there.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. Taken in at the 3. And he returns this to the 22. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They've shown precious. They'll start the drive with Elliott. 10th carry now for Elliott. Now on third down, it's Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Only able to gain a couple there. And that's going to bring up the fourth down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him in.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hurts got his man complete over the middle. It's Smith. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. Hurts to his former Alabama teammate Smith for an Eagle first down.
Devontae Smith's workload certainly didn't get any lighter going from being a Heisman Trophy winner at Alabama to his first year with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted. If you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
Uses the stiff arm. A second stiff arm. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now this offense back out. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. Inside give to Elliott. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. The Cowboys at a perfect 5-0 here to begin the campaign. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And they're going to stop him right off the play fake. Prescott. And they're going to get this up.
Remember the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this? That's when things start to get real for a ball club.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last
field and try and gain some points that way. Unfortunately, incomplete.
And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he stopped right at the 25. Much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Smith brings it in, going across the middle. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Dallas offense set for this next drive. They start on the ground with Elliott. And not a whole lot. Again, it's Elliott. And he'll manage. Now Prescott. And he'll go underneath here to Elliott. And it was the stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on third down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first.
Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. Call it a full. Prescott. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. They showed off a... Here's Prescott. And the catch made by Hilton. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively.
Now back to the ground with Elliott. Oh, able to avoid him. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. On second down, Elliott once more. Prescott off play action. Complete to Hilton. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. On third down, they turn to Sanders. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He's averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And the Cowboys going to go on offense. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 20th carry here for Elliott. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime in a low-scoring affair, just a pair of field goals. 3-3 is our score. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
We'll begin out in the windy city of Chicago. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Justin Fields, excellent in the victory, as his guys run their mark to 4-2 on the year. From there, we head down south to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And it was the visiting San Francisco 49ers that come in and get the victory. Trey Lance, excellent in the victory, as his guys run their mark to 4-2 on the year. And lastly, it's a second straight Monday night devoted to the AFC West. We had the Raiders-Chiefs last week. This time, it's the Broncos and the Chargers from SoFi. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cowboys. And they were able to find some success running the football, which is something they'll need to continue to do in a close game like this one. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, here's a look at their numbers throwing the football in what was a very even first half. Both these teams making their final halftime adjustments. We're just about ready to get back to football. So for the call of the second half, we get back up to Philadelphia and Brandon Gott.
Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, a combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message? Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. And now. Now Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Excellent play on third down. Give him 25 yards.
Right there, a nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
A first down carry by Elliott. Ooh, with a juke. And across 4. They go to Elliott again. It'll go. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Now this game, it has obviously been all of Hurts. And that's complete to Sanders. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
Oh, that's a big let-off there on third down because you've got to account for the running back coming out of the backfield. They didn't, and they got burned, not just for a first down, but for big yardage as well.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And give him about. Hurts sets up to throw it. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. A great job there, Charles, just to hold on, absorb that contact. I guess that's the risk you take catching the ball toward the middle of the field.
It is, and if you're going to gain yardage, you're going to have to go there at some point. But how about the read, okay?
It's out of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. Throwing is Hurts. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Micah Parsons. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. So what a turn of events there. You're driving to take the lead in this third quarter, but then one mistake, and you're watching the ball being returned for a touchdown.
Certainly a great example of how focus has to be there on every play, doesn't it, partner? You can't.
And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
Up the middle, here's Elliott. And a reinforcement. Throwing, Prescott. Swinging this out for Pollard. So here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over.
Get some points.
Alert! Alert! Check!
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he'll go down at the... They'll go option to the short side. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely...
This is brought in at the 21. Now, nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Cowboys to take over. Remember, they're on 37. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. He finds his man complete. It's Ferguson. And a 5-yard. Throwing again on second down. Prescott. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to get it back here just past the 35. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Bronco switch.
Another run here with Sanders. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Here comes Sanders on the toss right. And he's able to take it across.
It's a tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get. That type of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Hurts throw complete there. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him involved in the passing game. They picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment.
Come up on a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Got a man. It's Brown. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 20-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody... Another run with Sanders. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Now we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player, and it appears to be Devontae Smith who's having some problems here. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Flushed out right, and he slides and cut
Him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with this 4th down call.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And the Eagles are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I don't care what he's listed in the program. Fullback, running back, tailback, it doesn't matter. He ran that play like a fullback. Just like the old days when we saw the fullback dive. How about him picking that one up?
Only needed a yard on 4th down. That's what he's there for, right? Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there on the sack to bring up 2nd and goal.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
And here's 2nd and goal. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Cowboys are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. So this defense, Charles, quite a performance. Not working on a shutout, but they have still yet to give up a touchdown as they come up with the interception there.
Well, we've seen this from them before because you can move the ball on them through the middle of the field, but once you get into the red zone, that's where they really clamp down. They come up with the interception there, but you know about this crew. They're playing modern defense.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. Showed some strong. On 2nd and 7, Prescott sliding out of the pocket. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. That one a first down pickup of 8.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that.
From the shotgun, again to Elliott. Prescott to throw it. Fighting Hilton on the slant. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Inside give to Elliott. And he can... On the counter, Elliott shifts by him. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting put...
A handoff as they run the counter play. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Great stop by Darius Slay to back up the offense.
Sometimes that's a danger of putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You could wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
Third and long for Prescott. Caught left side by Hilton. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away, trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your...
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that...
Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. Fielded at the 20. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. Their defense got this. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he's going to take this off the play fake. Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz.
That we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Well, they needed two. They could only get one. Fourth down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. See if they can put this drive in the end. Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
From the 22, Hurts. He's going to drop this deep. And a loose football.
We're on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to convert on third and short yardage with a gain of 4.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they thought they were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. He's going deep for Brown. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. He'll hand it off to Elliott to begin the drive.
Gain some yardage and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Looking left side, and he's got him in. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. And he goes out right around the 39. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 4th down.
Always important as a defender on 3rd down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they...
As he's on to punt for Dallas. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Eagles offense back out onto the...
Respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets
it. Gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking. Not that time. Prescott off play action. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Well, I mean, both offenses have clearly struggled throughout, so kind of fitting that it's another big defensive play that yields points here in the late going.
Yeah, really, both of these defenses have been up to the task throughout this game, and we haven't seen much in terms of offensive creativity or results. And there, not only does the defense force a turnover, but they have the presence of mind to take it back.
And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the fourth. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. So out come the Cowboys now as they'll start this drive out on the ground. Set 4. Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
Now Prescott. Man open downfield is Gallup. He's got it. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And they're going to speed things up here. A first down throw for Prescott. Oh, the block. Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. He's got room at the 30. Still on his feet. Touchdown, Cowboys! Michael Gallup, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys strike quickly to take the lead here in the 4th. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. So that drive, 4 plays, and it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. Scott on the return, out of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Hurts and the Eagles now, trailing 17-10, a little under a... He's back to throw. Now they go screen, it's complete. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Finding Watkins, and he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. First down now, but that clock rolling. Hurts throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock. Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity. First and 10. They'll look to throw. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys have just about sewn up this football game. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now. Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking... They'll start on the ground here on first down. Zeke with a shake and bake, and able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him. Again, it's Elliott. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they come up 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They'll go ahead and take the knee here, and the unbeaten season will continue. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you can just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over